Well, I gave you more time, actually. I said a few days. I gave you about a week. Did you guys get this stuff? I want to know, leave in the comments, did you make it? Did you get the required things to make the stuff we're going to talk about today? If not, I told you, it takes a long time. Bees are a very time-consuming thing, and that's why we're going through it very slow, because it's a lot to understand. So, oops, I didn't want to take a screenshot, but whatever. So, you should have gotten your royal jelly and your pollen. And if you experimented, you saw that soul frames indeed worked the best for mutations. Let's turn to daytime. Now, with this stuff, you can make all of these. These are Alviaries, and these will be your best friend for bees. Now, before you're using these apiaries, and these are small, right? They look, the Alviaries are truly a bigger version of the apiary, but better. Bigger is always better, right? Alright, so let's get going on this, shall we? Here, let's see what you notice right away. You'll probably notice this looks exactly like a bee house, not an apiary, because it doesn't have the frames in it. The frame holders? Let me just get rid of it. You're right, it doesn't have frame holders. But that's okay. The Alviaries are fully customizable. You can put anything you want in them. If you wanted to do a certain thing, if you wanted to act like a certain biome, you can make it act like a certain biome. It doesn't matter. Whatever you want, whatever you can think of, you can make an apiary do. So let's go to this one. This is the one I use most often, because I usually set up my bee stuff in a biome like this. I have mutators and frame housings. What do you do with frame housings? You put soul frames in it, and then it gives you the same thing that the my cat's meowing. He wants to be pet. Hi, buddy. It gives you the same thing as it would in an apiary. You could put 3 in there, you could put 4 in there, you could put 5, you could put 6, any amount. Just the top has to be empty. Okay, there can't be anything in the middle, obviously, and the top has to be empty for these little graphic things to show up. Then I have the mutator, right? And the mutator, oh, one second. Alright, sorry about that. But the mutator is a thing you can add to the alviary. And you can add, again, as many as you want. Now, you can put things in here. And right now I have uranium ore in it, because it's probably one of the best things to do for its cost. You know, you have to balance that out. But what it does is it gives you a certain rate higher. Okay, so it's like the frames but better. Let me tell you the things that you can put in it. So soul sand will give you a success rate of 1.5 times higher. So that's exactly like these soul frames. So you could just have more mutators down here and just put soul sand in it or something else. I like to use the frames, but maybe I should go away from that. I don't know. I just like the frames. I can't even give you a good explanation. You can use an ender pearl, which is a success rate of 2 times higher. You can use an eye of ender, success rate of 4 times higher. Now, what I'm using is uranium ore, and uranium ore is a success rate of 10 times higher. So 10 times higher for each of these is 30 times higher, plus 1.5, 1.5, 1.5. That's a pretty good success rate. But you can also have a nether star, which is a success rate of 50 times higher, cannot fail, always greater than 100% success. So if you're like, these are the best bees I've ever had in my life, okay? These bees will make everything good, and it's taking me so long to get these bees. Use a nether star. You only need to use 1 nether star, and it will give you that mutated bee. 100% successful. Let's bring it back. So that's what the mutators do. You also have back here, you have your rain shield, which is self-explanatory. It protects your bees from rain. And you have your alveary lighting, so it can work at daytime and nighttime. Let's move over to this guy. So it has its mutators and its frame housing. But let's say you're in a biome like this. You got your snow bees, right? And the back here we have alveary fans. And what the alveary fans do is it cools off the alveary. So you can see right over here you have a temperature of cold instead of a temperature of normal. So it's going to be colder, so your wintry bees will work in it, which is fantastic. Here, I'll show you how to make all these. Here's how you make oop, that's a use. My bad. What is that? Alveary fan. Alveary fan. Okay. It's just any one of these guys like that makes it. The mutator recipe is like that. Diamond electrum tube. And the frame housing. Okay. And the alveary itself is impregnated casing and scented comb, which is causes pollen and royal jelly, which is what I told you guys to get last time. So now you know what the fans do, you know what the mutator does, you know what all that does. Let's go over to this guy over here. Now you're like, wait a minute, now I've got these bees that I got from the nether or something. I got from the sand pit. Not the sand pit, but you know what I'm talking about. This guy will be your best friend. So it's got a temperature of warm and arid 0%. Now, what's weird is you gotta look in your beealyzer and see what the bee needs. Okay? You may need to add more lava, or you may need to add more heaters. It all depends on the bee. If you have a hellish bee, you're going to want to add a lot of heaters and a lot of lava to it. You use these hydro regulators, which is just like that. That's pretty easy. And the heater, which is also easy. But same thing goes here. You have your mutators, your frame housings. Still works like an alveary. Only your temperature changes. Now let's say, alright, I need more queens, and I can't find any hives. Check this out. You could put, these are swarmers, and you fill it with royal jelly. I like to have one of these guys, because when I run out of bees, I like to get more. What the swarmer does is it'll give it a random chance, and it'll take from this royal jelly, it'll give it a random chance of producing a hive. So if you put meadows bees in here, purebred meadows, it'll have a chance of producing a hive from it. So what I do is I surround it by these swarmers, and hopefully it will give me what I want. These swarmers are made from this. They're pretty costly. They cost a lot of diamonds, but they're really nice if you ever run out of bees. So that's alvearies for you. They are very helpful, and they will help you a ton. Once you get the alveary, you're gonna be like, why am I even using apiaries anymore? The alvearies will help a ton. Trust me on that. But that's all I got for you today, guys. Next episode, we're going to talk about advanced machinery in bees. And I'm going to tell you how to inject a trait into a different bee and make it do the same effect as that other bee. It's going to be messed up. But I'll see you guys in the next episode. Have a great night, day, evening, whenever you're watching this in MTNGoatz. Peace out.